Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and it's time to rebuild the Mage standard deck now that I've done one night in Karazhan. So, over here on the right's my old Mage standard deck that it's mostly focused on doing damage with spells. I'm not sure we're going to change it too much, but I may. It's won 11 out of 26 games, so it's running 42% success ratio. Kind of a very low success ratio there. Pretty bad. Let's see what new cards Karazhan offers that would be beneficial to a mage deck. You have the Babbling Book, which absolutely, definitely want that in our collection because it adds a mage spell immediately on the first turn. You have, if you control a secret, deal 3 damage of Mid-Buzz Valet, maybe. And then deal 5 damage and summon a 5-cost minion. This one is kind of a balanced spell because it does actually cost 7 mana, where other ones have been closer to 6 or 5 mana to do that, but that seems good too. And then what we should look here in the neutral cards is the word spell. When you cast a spell, give this minion +1 health. That looks good. For each cost 1 for each spell you've cast in this game. That looks good. If I was in crafting mode and looking at all the cards instead of just this, there is a card, well, there's actually a few cards. Unfortunately, I can't afford to craft. Like, next, there's one in particular from not the One Night in Karazhan expansion, but the Whisper of the Old Gods expansion that is here. Yogg Saren. Cast a random spell for each spell that you've cast this game. Targets chosen randomly. And that is definitely something we would want if we could have that. But we can't because it would cost 1,600 dust and I just can't afford that. So, I think what I want to do is just get rid of our old mage deck completely. And we'll come over here and make a new one. And just start over from scratch. So, again, recipes, suggestions here: Classic Mage, Dragonfire, Madness, and Magic. All of those, I have a significant number of the cards that they would want me to use. But I don't need that, and I certainly don't need Deck Helper, which is just going to give us 3 random options. Although, I can go ahead and use it to add 4 cards I was planning on having anyways. Alright. Spend all your mana, deal that much damage to a minion. I don't like that one. Arcane Missiles, I do like that one. Mirror Image, I do like that. Your spells cost 1 less. We'll throw that in now, but we may take it out. Spell damage, after you cast a spell, give Cthulhu +1/+1. This one's a pretty good card just because it's a 2 mana 3/2 plus spell damage. So having that in the deck seems good. You could do a lot of secrets. Here I want Flamewalker. After you cast a spell, deal 2 damage. Let's see, whenever a friendly minion dies, summon a random minion with the same cost. No. Frost Nova, freeze everybody. No. Deal 3 damage, shuffle Rolling Torch that deals 6 damage. So the thing about this one is I think it's actually a better card than what it seems like, because it seems like you're gonna do 6 damage to yourself for dealing 3 damage, but actually it's not. It's you get another card that could do that much. I think. I could be wrong. Mirror Image, I don't like it. It's too random. Polymorph Boar, maybe, but not right now. Add a random spell to each player's hand. Too random. Trying to get away from random things. as I try to move closer and closer to at someday potentially being a professional and good Hearthstone player, maybe not a professional, but a good Hearthstone player, I want to not run into random cards, because they just don't play those kind of cards. 5 mana to give myself 3 mage spells at random. I don't like that. This one I'll throw in right now. Deal 8 damage to a minion. No. Cast a random spell that costs 5 or less. Target chosen randomly. Deal 2 damage to all enemy minions and freeze them. Deal 5 damage. I'll take that. And I'll take that. And so that's spells. There. Whenever a player casts a spell, pull a copy in the other player's hand. No, thank you. When you cast a spell, gain 2 attack this turn. No, thank you. Whenever you cast a spell, give this minion +1 health. That's one I wanted. And let's see. This is a weird card that never went anywhere. Whenever you target this minion with a spell, gain +1/+1. Doesn't make sense. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a Violent Apprentice. I'll stick it in there, but I'm almost certainly going to take it out in a second. There we go. These cost 1 less, and I can have 2 of them because it's not a legendary card. Interesting. That may be the first, like, above 10 card that's not a legendary. Interesting little twist there. So if I go into crafting mode, let's confirm if that's the case. No, this isn't a legendary card either, so I can have Molten Giant. I thought it was at some point, but it seems like now it isn't. Maybe they changed it and nobody was paying attention. Alright. Let's switch back to Karazhan just to see if I missed anything. So this one I still want. So I gotta come out of crafting mode to throw it in the deck. And I have to decide what now do I get rid of it. Violet Teacher is gone for Moros. And then no, Barnes was the one I wanted, not Moros. Get rid of Moros, put in Barnes. Summon a 0/5 minion with taunt. If you control a secret, get +1/+1 with taunt. This guy has to go in to every deck. And I mean, frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if 2-3 years down the line we still are playing this guy in wild decks, because he's just gonna be a mandatory. He's really game breaking, and we want him too in this deck. So Forgotten Torch, maybe. I think I have to get rid of spell damage. So what's weird here is I'm incredibly short on characters, minions. This is a really small amount of minions, so I'm gonna be playing a very late game in favor of spells. Far too many spells. So now standard cards. I'm looking for 1 owl and 1 panda bear, and I think that's probably all I can afford. Man, I keep getting tickles in the back of my throat. I've talked too much for too long. And fortunately I can mute most of that. I'm still looking for the panda bears. Did I miss them? I think I did. I'll just type in the word return. R-E-T-U-R-N. Is there anything? Maybe get rid of Dragon's Breath so I can have 2 of those. This feels like compromises. It really does. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this and get an owl. A second owl. I'll just put Doomsayer in there. For a moment, at least. Where's that owl? Come on, owl. Here we are. There we go. So one of those, a lot of legendary cards. We're trying this Firelands Portal. It may not actually be a good move. 2 owls, forgot Torch. This guy, Panda Bear, this guy, this guy, this guy. Very few characters for a lot of spells. Let's try it. Notice there's a glitch here. The game is glitchy. I keep finding these glitches. I don't know why. So let's play a ranked mage. I didn't even change the name. I'll go back and change it later. So my Hearthstone deck tracker here will compare. There's quite a bit of change has happened here. Different characters, different spells a little bit. A few overlap things that are pretty obvious, like Flame Strike and Fireball and stuff. Now, the thing about the Mage is it's really a character class for new players and new players only. It's easy to be outmaneuvered as a mage, but a new player can clearly see what the cards are designed to do. They're designed to make you do damage directly.
The legions I command.
So immediately I get a legendary card that wasn't in my deck because of Prince Malchazar.
Job's done.
Now, if I play this character on the first turn, I need to play a spell card immediately with it. Here's Barnes.
Someday I'll be just like you.
So we now have Barnes. Now we need either the Panda Bear or the Silence. Ideally, the Panda.
Ha, this guy's toast.
So I've got the Panda Bear, 6th turn. So I play this. I could play this next turn and then I'd have a 1/1 copy of something. But he may just kill it then. So I probably should wait. But I'd have to wait 2 turns to do that.
Tonight, a tale of glorious redemption.
So it's a 1/1 copy of the 1 mana card. So Barnes didn't work very well there. But he will get 1 health whenever I cast a spell. That's nice to know. I've got 2 legendaries in my deck right now.
This guy's toast.
Well, I suppose there's no
Drink
point
with
in
me,
playing,
friend.
not playing this character right now. Try to get rid of one of these guys.
Thank you.
Now I need to know what Nigma's weapon does. Deal 4 damage to the face or kill this guy. Let's go play a little conservatively here. Just to make sure I make it to the 7th or 8th turn. I'm hoping he summons several cards so I can then do Flame Strike all over him.
The end is coming!
Let's see. 7 mana. I could do 7 damage to him. But why bother?
Job done.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
He's trying to get me to draw a lot of cards here. I don't have a reason to really complain. If maybe he's playing a strategy to make me run out of cards, but he's going to make himself run out of cards too. And it's not like he's played Cthulhu, so I don't know what he's really trying to pull. What card? What's that one really helpful card he's figured out how to play?
My hand is too full.
So he's starting to destroy my cards. And some of his.
Choose soon.
That really is the only strategy in Hearthstone, is to make your
My
hand
hand
become
is too
full.
full.
So
A game? So kind of you to join me.
after you cast a spell, summon a random minion that costs that much. So Flame Strike next turn. Interesting.
My eyes are open.
So I'm not sure Midva's worth having in your deck. Seems a little weird. He probably did quite a lot to get rid of this guy, but
My hand is too full.
darn it, lost that guy. I was kind of interested to see how cheap I could get it. I think there's probably a problem with having that guy in your deck too.
My hand is too full.
Let's see. So if I do this, that's Flame Strike, and that gives me this. And if I do this,
Cast a spell. I want to cast a spell.
and then this, and then end the turn. The thing now is I could make the gold monkey.
My hand is too full.
So the Prince Malakazar. What do I want to do here?
My hand is too full.
Alright. Play this. This. And then I have to choose, I guess it doesn't matter. This. And then this.
Spells are fun. So fun.
Yeah, I don't think Midva's worth it. Even with the Flame Strikes, even though I was able to do Flame Strike and get 2 7 mana characters, there just aren't enough other spells. See, and there's 4 cards remaining. He just played
My
Vanish
hand
to
is too full.
kill things. Alright. So
Do you have the artifact?
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Job's done.
So now I have the Golden Monkey in my deck of 4 cards versus his 2 cards.
I'll take that.
I'm out of cards.
Here's Ragnaros the Fire Lord. So I have to play map to the Golden Monkey, but that's fine.
My eyes are open.
I'm almost out of cards.
So what's cool here is now that I played a Golden Monkey, all legendary cards. And I have 1 legendary card there.
Jade Serpent guide you.
Spells are fun. So
Get
fun.
back.
So yeah, I guess the Golden Monkey thought that doesn't work that well. That's why I don't play the LC Star Seeker anyways.
It's gonna be rich.
And see, now he's trying to do this to win the victory for himself by making me draw cards where he's back up to 30. Let's see.
You have been measured and found wanting.
Spells are fun. So
Get back. Well
fun.
played.
Job's done.
So it's gonna be close here. He lost, but he might be going for a tie here. And that's the problem with the way the fatigue system works here. So we both lost. And that explains why he's only ranked 22, even though it's a new month. It's like, that is not a strategy that's going to guarantee victories, because you will either get defeated easily or you will end up in a tie. There we go. So we needed to change this to standard mage. Let's see, S-T. Let's spell it with a capital S. How about that? S-T-A-N-D-A-R-D. There we go. So I've determined I don't think this is worth it. I don't think that's worth it. And what else? I think I kind of like everything else. So let's try some other cards that we could throw on here. Forgotten Torch. No, I want more characters, honestly. So what is this one? Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. I'll take 2 of those. And that kind of fills this out. Doesn't it? Everything else is kind of spell damage +1 cards. There, if I type in the word spell here, we can see all the cards that have spell damage +1, but they're all neutrals, like this one, this one. There is no spell damage +1 for a 0 mana or, well, 1 mana creature. So for the ones I have, Violet Teacher, I could would do something slightly different. It's not spell damage +1. This one is a good one to have in the deck, I think. Can I find something for 5 mana to get rid of? Let's see. Let's get rid of Dragon's Breath and take that instead. And spells cost 1 less. Forgotten Torch. We'll get rid of that. Forgotten Torch. Let's see. So yeah, I'm still not a big fan of the Mage. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to play with the Mage very much anyways, because only a couple of quests ever ask you to play as the Mage, and I've got the Mage up to the max level 60 before any of the other characters. But I'm hoping that's a slightly different build out, and that might work a little bit better. The name didn't stick though. I must have not hit it. Also, you can see on the right, the Hearthstone deck tracker has been just adding all those cards that I got played, and because I got so many new legendary cards, it's just squished to almost unreadable status. Well, that was my best attempt for a standard Mage deck. Not sure I really succeeded very much there. I'm not sure what you can really do with a Mage anyways that's that crazy. It's all very straightforward. Deal the damage because the spell says deal the damage. No trickery, no 3-card combinations, no 4-card combinations really. Nothing like that. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. Next time we will be doing the standard Paladin. And down below in the description box, don't forget links to all my social media sites. So follow and friend me on all of that. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.